Yeah, round 2 of the Bolt Action Bonanza series. Um, what was I talking about in that last video? I've recently got a couple propositions from a nice young fella named Anti-Talents and another guy who supposedly knows Cool PJ. I think he's a commentator on Watch This Gaming. Whereas Anti-Talents is Hazard Cinema. Hopefully there'll be some new faces around the channel here soon. Bolt action rifle. This is a search and destroy. I'm playing with my subscribers still. When you're aiming your bolt action rifle, you'll notice sometimes I'll move the left analog stick instead of moving the rifle to them. If you move it together in conjunction, it's easier to aim on the move. It's also better to actually be able to train your aim so you can shoot while on the move, strafing left and right. This was a big tactic back in Call of Duty 4 with submachine guns because they had such fast movement They had such fast movement when you were aiming down the sight. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty good game for search and destroy with a bolt action with no scope. You basically want to play the stealthy character. I mean, when you take the scope off the bolt action rifle, it's as good as any semi-automatic rifle or whatever. You pretty much blow your whole hand in one shot instead of multiple shots. Whereas a SVT-40, you have to hit 2 out of 10 as he runs across the field. I mean, the most Nagant, you probably only get 2 shots out of 5 when he goes across the field, so you only have basically 2 chances to hit him. That's if he crossed a big field like the silos, for example. Same thing. Use your ghost rings to help you guide your shot. What else could? So looking for this guy. This guy right here is a dumbass. I remember him. He's oblivious to everything that goes on. This goes back to awareness, right? Look right here, dude. Man throws 2 satchel charges, shoots at you, and you still go for the bomb. That's just bad play. I mean, if you're the only person left alive and you hear gunshots going off, you might as well assume they're going for you. Here's me trying to pick off some people across the map. I get a couple hit markers. This is actually really easy to do, mainly because I run an HD TV. If you don't run an HD TV, or you have an HD TV, and you're like my buddy Taylor, and don't run the HDMI cable until somebody tells you about it, you should try to invest in one if you possibly can. I mean, it's the biggest thing you can do to help your game out. I mean, bar none. You know, you can get Turtle Beach headsets to help you with your awareness and your surroundings. But HD TV, I mean, I've been playing with people like my buddy Leonic. I mean, he plays on a tube TV. My buddy Stoner plays on tube TV. They'll be having people stand out in the open, and they'll miss them just because of the fuzziness and blurriness. I mean, it's 2009, people. I mean, you should have some kind of a decent television to play your 4th generation consoles on. Why would you buy a console designed for high definition if you're not going to run it on high definition TV? It's just plain and simple. I'm kind of sentimental to the Mosin Nagant. It's one of my favorite rifles. I happen to own I own everything but a Springfield and a PTRS on this game. Whereas I own a Thompson, I own a Garand, a Car 98. I don't own a bar. Let me rephrase that. I own most of the guns on this game, and the most Nagant's the most fun to shoot I have. Period. I mean, it shoots a 7.62 by 54R, which is known as the 7.62 Russian. Um, you see a nice little juke right there for that sniper. I mean, most of your public snipers like this, they'll get faked out real easy and they'll panic. I had to run for that bomb because I just had to take a chance because the time. You have to have 5 seconds on the bomb to defuse it. And if I played around, I would have never got to the bomb. I mean, KD is all great and grand, but I prefer wins. If I can get a win, I'll take one for the team. I mean, if I have to hold back and not get kills to get the win, I'll do that too. Play to win. If your KD comes, your KD comes. I mean, you're going to get frustrated playing this game for KD. I see our boy Arabian Arab left the game. That brings me to another point, which kind of is getting me turned off on competitive FPS altogether, is the amount of cheaters on World at War. Pretty much everybody, I can think of maybe 3 people in the top 100. Well, not top 100. At least in the top 40. That's legit. And those 3 being news below here. You notice there's a long pause there. I really can't say Bark is legit because he basically glitched boot camp. But basically the only person I know that's legit is news below here. Cole Pinocchio, he has people play his account, you know, every day. There's one guy on the top, I think he's number 3 on score. Man, it has 120 days. How do you play this shit 120 days? Dude, I mean, if you combine every account I have like 45 days. And he has eclipsed me 3-fold. And I thought I had no life. This man, 120 days, dude. Just fathom that. Matter of fact, let me put that in perspective. The game came out November 11th of 2008. Or was it 10th? It's either 10th or 11th. And it hasn't even been a year yet. So it's been almost 360 days. He's played 45% of that. 40% of that the last year on World at War. 40% of his life has been on this game. I mean, I've got no problem with that, but that's extreme, dude. I mean, that's dedication. And still, a cheater's beating him out for score. I mean, if somebody deserves the number 1 in score, it would be that guy. I mean, I don't remember his stats offhand because the only one that popped out at me was the 120 days played. I'm hoping he hasn't boosted. I mean, it would kind of dilute the purpose of doing that, playing that long. Just imagine playing 100 days, struggling your butt off, and they just say, screw it, I'm going to cheat. You've thrown away everything you've earned. I mean, I think another video, I got a couple 10 prestiges just time out about after the second round. I mean, that's another thing that they need to fix in Modern Warfare 2. They should put a disconnect button. Like in Mortal Kombat Deception and Mortal Kombat Armageddon, some games I used to play on PS2. If you timed out or you pulled your plug, it would keep track of how many times you disconnected. So the guys with, 200 disconnects, you know not to play them. Because when they disconnect that many times to keep their stats up, it's pretty obvious that they boosted their stats. And, they need a telltale sign of, this guy's garbage, you don't need to play him. They should put a disconnect thing on your wins, loss. It should be wins, loss, disconnect. Plain and simple. Other than that, you should expect a couple more vids for the bolt action Bonanza. Working hard. I'm working hard on knocking them out. I'm going to try to get one with every rifle. This is your boy Unlimited UAV signing out.